Hi, I'm Miss Chrissy D with the PNK Files, your emergency kit to life.
And I'm Darlene Turner with Victim to Victory, creating your hero story. And together, we're the perspective.
A few weeks ago, we talked about tapping, and it's so important that we've decided to dive into that a little deeper this week.
Yes, I wanted to go through the whole technique so that you all can do it yourself at home. So, what does EFT stand for, anyways? It's Emotional Freedom Technique. Now, who doesn't need some of that in their life? So,
Yep.
yeah, so we're going to use Chris's example for me to work with. But first, I want to explain it a little bit more. So, when we're tapping actually on the meridians, which which is tapped into the fight or flight response in the body. So, when we've had these experiences, our body goes into fight or flight, and for lack of a better word, it kind of gets stuck there, or if we're triggered, we just go right back there, or we just have this repeating pattern always happening, whether that's pain or anxiety. And sometimes we don't even relate it to that experience. We just like, oh, when I do this, I just have anxiety. So this is going to help dive into a little deeper to the origin of where did that pain or trauma or emotion start. So the body gets conditioned by these experiences. And the body, all it wants to do is keep us safe. When we have these experiences, and there may be a couple of them that reconfirm to the body that when this happens, it's not safe. So the subconscious, which is what I talked a little bit about, runs our program, runs how we show up in life 90% of the time. And we don't even realize it. So when the body goes into that space of feeling unsafe through a circumstance or an experience, it sabotages ourselves so that we can't take those steps forward to accomplish our dreams or live our happy life or take those steps towards something we want to achieve. And we sabotage ourselves is what happens. And we go into anxiety, or maybe we have pain or whatever it is. And EFT, we're going to tap on these meridians to release that trauma out of the body, to reconnect to that fight or flight inside our body, which is what's connected to the meridians, and heal that. And as we release it, it's being healed, and we can start taking those steps forward. How does that feel? You ready?
Good, I'm ready.
All right, Miss Chrissy D. We talked last week about technology and how you go into overwhelm and anxiety when you open a computer or you have to do anything with technology. And when did that first start for you?
It started right after I came home one day, 2 days before Christmas, and everything was gone. My whole life had disappeared, and I went into absolute panic, just frozen.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you when you tap into that situation or that panic within your body?
10.
It's a 10. Okay. So as you're telling me this story, the beginning of the EFT is tapping, right? So we're going to get you to tap on the base of your hand, and you're going to tell me that sentence again. When I first came home.
When I first came home 2 days before Christmas, and everything was gone.
And what were you feeling?
Absolute panic. Completely stressed out and completely frozen. Hopeless.
Hopeless. Okay.
Hopeless.
We're really getting into the emotion here, which is what we want to do, because when we actually target that emotion, we're able to really make a difference within the circumstance. All right, so let's just tap this out on the hand. I'm going to just take my glasses off so I can guide you, and we're going to go up here. Even though I experienced this trauma and this shock, I deeply love and accept myself. And then we're going to go to the side of the eye right there. And you can do both sides if you got both hands free. And even though I had this shock and trauma, I deeply love and accept myself. Now it's under the eye. Even though I've had this trauma, I deeply love and accept myself. And then we're going to go under the nose right here. Even though I've had this trauma, I deeply love and accept myself. And then under the lip. Even though I've had this trauma, I deeply love and accept myself. And now it's under the collarbone, just by an inch or two under here. We're going to tap. Oh, even though this trauma has affected my life, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I had this trauma, I deeply love and accept myself. Now the next one is under the armpit, about bra line. Even though, and you can kind of do those two both at the same time.
I can't.
I've had this trauma, I deeply love and accept myself. And then top of the head, even though I had this trauma, I deeply love and accept myself. All right, so that's the first round. We're just accepting that this experience happened, and even though it happened, I still love and accept myself. Okay? So let's dive in a little deeper, and how did that change your life when that happened?
It changed it, and that's a big question. It changed it in absolutely every way. It took away my safety. It took away my confidence. It took away my security, my family. Pretty much everything.
Yeah. All right, so let's tap that out on the start here. And you say, even though I lost everything, my family, my security, my safety, my comfort, everything, I deeply love and accept myself. And then we're going to go back up to the eyes. So, yeah, right on the corner of your eyebrow is really where it is. We're going to tap. You can just do one hand if that's comfortable, but we're going to tap there. Even though absolutely everything in my life fell away, I deeply love and accept myself. And then we're going to do the corner of your eye. Even though this trauma and shock has affected my life in a deep way, I still deeply love and accept myself. Even under the eye now, even though the shock and trauma has deeply affected my life, I love and accept myself. And then under the nose, even though this trauma and shock has deeply affected my life, I have lost everything, I deeply love and accept myself. Under the lip, even though this trauma has deeply affected my life, I love and accept myself. Now we're going down to the collarbones. I release this trauma from my life and shock. And then under the armpit, I release this trauma from my body and from my life. And then top of the head, I'm releasing this trauma from my body, from my cells, and from my life. All right, now we're just going to take a breath. All right, so we tapped this out for a second round. And where are you now? Where does it feel like in your body after doing that tapping?
5.
About a 5? Okay, great. So we're halfway there. So let's go into this a little deeper now. When you go into that experience in that exact moment when you walked into the house, where do you feel that in your body? Is there somewhere that you exactly feel that?
Right in my gut.
Great, you feel that in your gut. Now what emotion would you feel there?
Complete turmoil.
Complete turmoil. A little deeper into an emotion. Is it fear? Is it...
Absolute fear.
Okay, perfect. Fear is a really good, not a good emotion, but it's a good emotion for us to deal with right now.
Yeah.
All right, and so if we think about that fear, where is that fear on a scale to 1 to 10?
12.
12. All right. So let's tap out the fear, okay? So we're going to start talking about this fear, thinking about when you walked into that home, and feeling that in your body, tapping it out, and feeling that fear. And now I release this fear from my body.
I release this fear from my body.
Even though I was in deep fear and turmoil,
Even though I was in deep fear and turmoil,
I release that.
I release that.
All right. Now we're going to go back up to the eyebrow. I feel fear and turmoil deep in my body. And I love and accept myself. And then we're going to go to the side of the eye. I feel that deep fear and turmoil in my body, and I release that. Under the eye, I feel that deep fear and turmoil, and I release that from my body. It is safe. It is safe to release that fear from my body. Now under the nose, I release that deep fear from my body, and it is safe for me. My body is safe. I release that fear. Under the lip, I release that fear. It is safe. It is over. Going down to the collarbone now. Releasing all fear from all cellular memory. My body is safe. Now we're going to go into the armpit. Releasing that fear. My body is safe. And the last one, top of your head. It's safe for my body. I am safe. All right, now we're going to take a moment. Just breathe into that. That new awareness, that new feeling of being safe. Okay, where is it at now on a scale to 1 to 10? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good.
Yeah?
Nice and calm.
Did it bring
Definitely
down from
below
a 5?
below the line, yeah.
Good, good. Awesome. We're going to do round 3 now. And it's going to just start from the bottom. Even though this terrible thing happened, I don't know why it happened. I don't know how it happened. But I let it go. I am free. We're going to go up on the eyebrow. Even though this terrible experience happened, I am letting it go. I am setting myself free. I am safe. Going on the sides of your eyes. Even though that terrible experience happened, and I don't know why, I'm letting it go. I am safe now. Under your eyes. This terrible experience happened, but it's over. I have come a long way. I am letting it go now. Under the nose now. Even though this terrible experience happened, I'm letting it go. I'm free. Under the lip. This terrible experience may have happened, but it's over and I'm safe. Now we're going to go under the collarbone, releasing any remnants left. It's over. It's done. I release anything, any attachments that may still be lingering. I am safe. It is over. I'm ready to move forward. Under the arm. It's safe. I'm ready to move forward. It's safe. I'm ready to move forward. And then the top of your head. It's safe. I'm well now. Everything's okay. I got this. I'm ready to move forward. Thank you. Now just taking a nice deep breath. How does that feel now in your body?
I got this.
Nice. Yeah. It's a powerful tool. Like we're using it as an example for a shock or something that's drastically changed your life. But even if you have neck pain or back pain or hip pain, just acknowledging I have this pain, but it's okay. I release it. I accept that I have this pain, and I love myself anyway. And just working through that. Even I want to just add, you need to tell your story sometimes to get it out of yourself and get it out, just to have a voice and being able to express. And while you're doing that, tap your hands, tap here, because then you're releasing it. And you don't need to tell it over and over and over again. You can just maybe tell it once or twice and then feel like it's released, and giving yourself permission to release it. Giving yourself permission to be safe. And you deserve to be safe, and you're allowed to be safe, and you know how to be safe, because a lot of times from childhood you have all those times when you've been in trauma. Like I know from you shared with me, your childhood was quite traumatic and very abusive, and you never did feel safe. Did you ever even know how to feel safe?
No. Wasn't even in my body till my 20s.
Yeah. So this is something that's huge. So giving yourself permission to be safe, and knowing I know how to be safe, because really our body does know how, even though it hasn't been our experience, our body knows how to be safe. So giving ourselves permission to be safe and allowing ourselves to be safe, that's huge. So that is EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. I hope that you can take this and run with it in your life, using it in so many instances that you feel overwhelmed, panic, in pain, anxiety, whatever it is. Tap it out. Say it out. Accept that this is happening, and then create a place where you want to move into and tap that out. I'm Darlene Turner from Victim to Victory, creating your hero story.
And I'm Miss Chrissy D with the PNK files. Come and visit me at misschrissyd.com and get your PNK files going. And come and see us every Sunday at 10 a.m. for the new perspective on trauma, abuse, chronic pain, and the steps to a healthy and thriving life.